Dear students, in the previous class we have discussed around 49 questions. Today we will be continuing from there, that is from question number 50th till 95. After that I will be giving introduction to next chapter, 7th chapter, that is structural organization in animals. So the next question followed by select the correct matching. So in option A, fine, Petromyzon, and this side, B side, they have given hagfish, which is not clear. Then Echinus, and they say it is the name of the brittle star. Of course, no. C option, Apis, silkworm. You all very well know. Apis is nothing but, yes, what? Honeybee. Silkworm is nothing but Bombyx mori. So that cannot be the answer. So the answer is Pennatula, nothing but sea pen. Sea pen is also known as Pennatula, which come across mollusca in fact. So the option is D option is the correct option because there is a correct pairing and matching there. So Pennatula and sea pen. Next question, question number 51. Select the incorrect matching. Select the incorrect matching. Locusta, locust, correct matching. Cucumberia, sea cucumber, correct matching. Cucumberia is zoological name. Sea cucumber is common name, correct matching. C option, Mandrina, sea anemone. This is the wrong matching. Mandrina is nothing but clear. It is a stony coral, right? So here Echinus, again sea urchin, again correct matching. So 51 question answer is C, that is the correct answer, incorrect matching. Next question 52nd question. Some cnidarians, example corals, have a skeletal composed of spongin fibers. No, we come across in case of porifera. Silica, again in the case of porifera. Calcium carbonate, of course true, calcium carbonate, because skeleton in case of cnidarians, fine, coelenterate is made up of calcium carbonate. So C is the option. D says any of this, which is not the correct answer. So C answer. Next question number 53rd. Metagenesis is shown by, you all very well know, metagenesis nothing but alternate generation. One is polyp, other is medusa, shown by coelenterate. So here you have to identify which is the coelenterate animal which shows metagenesis. Even in the class itself I had given you the example of the same animal, Obelia, I had told you. So here it says A, Hydra, B, Adamsia, C, Aurelia, and D, Obelia. I had told you in the class itself that Obelia looks like plant because one type polyp, fine, cylindrical, the other is medusa, dome shape, again polyp, it is branched also, asymmetrical animal also. So Obelia is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is not a true fish? Not a true fish. Exotus is a fish, betta is a fish, sawfish is a fish. Why it is known as sawfish? Because the snout is like a saw, which is used to cut plants, saw, and it has teeth like that, like saw. So it's known as sawfish. And the fourth is known as jellyfish. Jellyfish is a common name for Aurelia, which is not a fish, it's a coelenterate, but of course an aquatic animal. All aquatic animals are not fishes. Clear? But all fishes are aquatic animals. True. Right? So here the answer is D, jellyfish. Is not a fish. Is not a true fish. Okay. Next question. The umbrella in free swimming form of coelenterate reproduced by sexual reproduction is which one? By sexual reproduction, medusa. Asexual reproduction, polyp. So answer is medusa, B option. Next question. Sessile, cylindrical form of coelenterate reproduced by asexual reproduction is, what is the answer? Polyp, correct answer. Polyp, A is the correct answer. B says medusa, both A, none. So answer is A, polyp. Then next question. Polyp, asexual, medusa, sexual. Sexually, again polyp. Clear? Which is the above cycle is shown by which animal? Physalia, no. Aurelia, no. Yes, of course, Obelia, correct answer. And Hydra, no. Obelia is the correct answer. Next question. Select from the following total number of organisms which contain a word C in their common names. Physalia, Adamsia, Pennatula, Gorgia, Mandrina, Hydra, Aurelia, fine. Clear? Obelia. Clear? So which of them? Four of them. One is known as Physalia, fine. Adamsia, Pennatula, sea pen, Gorgia, fine. Sea fan. So first four, fine. Adamsia, Mandrina, Hydra, no. Aurelia, we call jellyfish. Obelia, no. Clear? So out of these four, fine. One is sea urchin, sea pen, clear? So where you come across C, there are four animals in this. So option C is the correct answer. Which of the following is known as Portuguese man of war? Just now it came, fine. Physalia. Portuguese man of war. One is A is Gorgia, B Aurelia, C Physalia, D Obelia. The answer is Physalia because it is used by Portuguese, so that it is used in their wars also. They used to throw it on the other soldiers, Portuguese man of war, and it used to hold the rocks also very firmly. Yeah. They used to throw it on the walls, on the soldiers, so that it sticks to their faces, and it used to secrete some sticky fluid. So, Physalia. The phylum in which first time nerve net comprises, the nervous system consists of nerve net. In case of Porifera, can't be. Coelenterata, of course, true. That's the correct answer. Platyhelminthes, we come across ladder-shaped nervous system, so this is not the answer. Next is Protozoa, which is not. So the answer is correct answer where you come across nerve net for the first time in case of nervous system is the phylum Coelenterata, also known as Cnidaria. Next question: gastrovascular cavity with single opening is found in gastrovascular cavities. Fine. Coelenteron. Which phylum? Coelenterata, of course. Obvious answer. Coelenterata. Option B is the correct answer. Moving on to 62nd question. Coelenterates asexually reproduce by budding. What they reproduce by? Budding. If they say answer here is budding gametes, conidia, gemmules. In this answer is budding. If it is called asexual is nothing but polyp. If a polyp is answered, then this is here budding by budding. We have seen in case of Hydra also. Hydra shows budding, budding, asexual mode of reproduction. Don't get confused. It is also shown by sponges, Porifera also. There also it is called as asexual reproduction. Now, next question. The larva stage shown by Coelenterate is called planula larva. What larva? Planula. Yesterday we discussed amphiblastula larva, fine. Parenchymal larva in case of Porifera. So in Coelenterate the larva is planula. During the classes itself I had told you that neat question will be asked on the larval stages, larva. So one question I think it's for sure. Okay, moving on to 64th question. Match the following. Column A, Physalia. Column B. Here they have given zoological name. In column B they have given the common names. You have to match the correct match. A. Physalia. B. Adamsia. C. Pennatula. D. Georgia. E. Mandrina. And F. Aurelia. So in column B they have given brain coral, sea fan, sea pen, sea anemone, Portuguese man of war, and jellyfish. Physalia is nothing but Portuguese man of war. A5. B4, that is Adamsia, is nothing but sea anemone. C. Pennatula. C3, fine, that is nothing but sea pen, correctly matched. D. Georgia. D2, that is sea fan. And Mandrina. E is nothing but brain coral. I have shown you this in case of classes also. Then Aurelia, you all very well know, jellyfish. So option B is the correct matching. What is that? A5, B4, C3, D2, E1 and F6. Of course, one matching question will also be asked. You have to be very careful in this. Whichever you know, stick on to that, and the other rest of the matching can be done easily. Ctenophores are commonly known as, very easy, ctenophores. Sea walnuts, Ctenophora, third phylum. Ctenophora. They are also known as sea walnuts. They are also known as comb jellies because they have comb-like structure, fine, and they are jelly-like animals. Comb jellies also. Sea walnuts also correct. So option C is correct. That is both A and B. 66th question. The following features belong to which phylum? Which are the characteristics? Fine. Exclusively marine. Second character radial symmetry. Third character diploblastic. Fourth character tissue level of organization. All these belongs to phylum Ctenophora. So the answer is C, Ctenophora. Next question. Body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates present in the phylum. Again, which phylum? Ctenophora. Ctenophora. Next question. Ctenophores shows what they shows? Extra and intracellular digestion. Of course, correct. B option. Sexual reproduction only. Of course, absolutely right. Third, very important characteristic I have told you, bioluminescence. All these three characteristics are shown by ctenophores. So option D is the answer. There's nothing but all of these. Next question. Example of ctenophores. Very easy. Pleurobrachia, of course, correct. It is there in NCERT book also. Ctenoplana, I have mentioned this in the class also. Clear? We have these both diagrams in our study material. Both are correct. That is Pleurobrachia and C. Ctenophora. So option is C. Both A and B are correct. 70th question. Following features belong to which phylum? What are the features? 1. Bilateral symmetry. Second, triploblastic and acoelomates. Then organ level of organization. Dorsoventrally flattened body. This is the main distinguishing feature so that you can easily recognize the question. Dorsoventrally flattened. A coelomates, special characteristics. So answer is yes, platyhelminthes. Of course, A option is the correct answer, platyhelminthes, because all these features are very exclusively seen in case of platyhelminthes flatworms. So that's the option A is the correct answer. B says Ascalmanthus and Arthropoda, which are not correct. Next question. Platyhelminthes are called flatworms because the body is dorsoventrally flattened. Very easy question. Next, moving on to 72nd question. Which of the following are the characters present in platyhelminthes? Clear? Some absorb nutrients from the host directly through their body surface. Correct. Digestive system is incomplete, branched, and without anus. Of course, correct. Flame cells, very absolutely. They are also known as selenocytes. Protonephridia help in the excretion and osmoregulation. I have told you flame cells. I have given more importance to flame cells. In few platyhelminthes, we come across protonephridia also. During explanation, I only mentioned protonephridia, but I have not written that word on the board because very few of platyhelminthes concern protonephridia, but platyhelminthes flame cells is very important. Next characteristic, hooks and suckers, of course, present because they are parasitic form. Hermaphrodites, of course, true, bisexual. Fertilization is internal, very much true. Indirect development because they show larval stages. So all these 7 characteristics are exclusively belong to phylum. All phylum platyhelminthes. So option D, all is the answer. Correct answer. Clear? Next question, moving on to 73rd question. Which platyhelminthes possess high power of regeneration? Very easy. Many times I have told about regeneration. I have given you the definition of regeneration. Very classically I have mentioned that planaria, or it's also known as Digesia, the name, one more name of planaria, shows high degree of regeneration. Clear? So that's the answer. Option A is the answer. This is Taenia, that is tapeworm. Fasciola, that's nothing but liver fluke. Fasciola hepatica. Fine. Fasciola, one genus they have given. D, liver fluke they have given. So option A, planaria is the correct answer. Flame cells are the excretory and osmoregulation in earthworm. No, earthworm belongs to Annelida. Don't get confused. Hookworm, clear? No. Roundworm, no. Mainly in tapeworm. If tapeworm is there, tapeworm is the answer. Clear? Roundworm belongs to Ascalmanthus. Hookworm also belongs to Ascalmanthus. Tapeworm earthworm belongs to Annelida. So the option flame cells is platyhelminthes, nothing but tapeworm, what we call Taenia saginata. Taenia saginata. Okay. Internal fertilization is seen in where? In case of Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke. So here he says pleurobrachia, which is Ctenophora, can't be. Fasciola hepatica, correct answer. Ctenoplana, wrong. All of these is also wrong. Option B is Fasciola hepatica. Diagram is also given here so that you can easily recognize. I had also drawn very rough diagram in the board. Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke. I had given you this example for digenetic parasite because this complete its life cycle with the help of 2 hosts. That's nothing but one is a snail, other is a sheep. 76th question. Fertilization dash. Clear. Development dash. Excretion and osmoregulation by dash. Fill these blanks of organisms given in the figure. Diagram they have given, that is what they have given is here. Fasciola hepatica, commonly known as liver fluke. So in liver fluke, fertilization is internal. Option for 1, internal. For 2nd, it is indirect development. And for the 3rd, excretion and osmoregulated by flame cells. So option B is the correct answer. Internal fertilization, indirect development, excretion takes place by flame cells. 77th question. Phylum whose organisms are mostly endoparasites. Endoparasites inside the living host. Which one? Platyhelminthes. Most of the platyhelminthes are endoparasites. That's the answer. A, platyhelminthes. Annelida, Arthropoda, mollusca. You don't come across much of them. So most of the platyhelminthes are endoparasites. That's the option. Next question. Which of the following are pseudocoelomates? Very easy. Only one phylum is pseudocoelomate. That is nothing but Ascalmanthus. So here, what it says? Fine. Ascalmanthus roundworm, that belongs to Ascalmanthus. Ascaris lubricoides. Hookworm, again belong to Ascalmanthus phylum. Fine. Clear. Flareal worm, this also belongs to phylum Ascalmanthus. So all pseudocoelomates, they are all. Why? Because all these worms belong to phylum Ascalmanthus. So option D is the correct answer. That is all of these. Next question. The body of the Ascalmanthus is circular in cross section. Hence it is named as circular. They are commonly known as roundworms. What worms? Roundworms. Because the body is round, circular. 80th question. Roundworms, bar, nematodes are what? They are free living, correct. They are aquatic and terrestrial, correct. Some of them are parasites and some plants and animals. Of course, very correct. But you come across roundworms, you have seen parasites and animals. When you come to second year, 12th chapter, biotechnology and its application, we talk about one nematode. That's nothing but Melignodine incognita. In 12th chapter, biotechnology, you study in second year. It's a parasite of plants. So parasites are almost all plants, which belongs to phylum Ascalmathis, class Nematoda. That's why it is known as nematode, or it is known as Melignodine incognita. When you come to second year, we will talk about this. So, but remember that so far what we have discussed, the parasites in first year are parasites of most of them are human beings and other animals. So in plants also they are parasites. So round question, talking about 80th question. Roundworm or nematodes are free living, correct. Aquatic and terrestrial, correct. Parasites on animals and plants, correct. So all these are correct. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Select the total number of organisms which shows internal fertilization. Internal fertilization, clear. Ascaris, Wucheria, Taenia, Fasciola, Sycon, no. Sycon, yes. Euspongia, correct. Spongiella, Pleurobrachia, Ctenophora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of 10, they shows 8 of them shows internal fertilization. External fertilization is seen in case of Ctenopenna and Pleurobrachia. Which character does not belong to phylum Ascalmathis? Not belong to. Excretory tube, branch, ducts, removes body waste from the body cavity through excretory pore. Correct. It belongs to phylum Ascalmathis. Usually sexes are separate. I have told you they show sexual dimorphism. Male is separate, female is separate animal. Correct characteristic. They are both unisexual and dioecious animal. Development may be direct or indirect. Correct, because it includes larval stages also. So alimentary canal is incomplete with well-developed muscular pharynx is the wrong characteristic of phylum Ascalmathis. So answer D. Option D is the right answer. Moving on to next question. Match the following. Column 1 Ascaris, column 1 A Ascaris, B Wucheria, C Encyclostoma, D Pheretima. Column 2, 1 is intestinal roundworm, second is filarial worm, third is hookworm, and fourth is earthworm. You have to match here. You all very well know. Fine, clear. Earthworm is nothing but Pheretima. So based on that, you can easily match Ascaris, intestinal roundworm, A1, Wucheria, filarial worm. They are given the correct matching, but which option you have to select is A1, B2, C3 and D4. That's nothing but B option is the correct option. Match the following correct they have given, but in the answers A, B, C, D options they have changed the combinations. So that combination you have to select first. So clear? A1, B2, C3, D4. What is nothing but Ascaris, intestinal roundworm, Wucheria, filarial worm correct, Encyclostoma, hookworm correct, then Pheretima is nothing but earthworm. Clear? So next question, 84th question. Clear? I'll just check video is going on because I have less memory. In fact, it's going on. Clear? So which of the following is correct about Ascaris? Flame cells are smaller than males and females are smaller than males. Clear? Posterior end female curved dorsally. Females are longer than males. Clear? Females are longer than males is the correct. Fertilization external wrong. So C option is the correct answer. There is nothing but females are longer than males in case of Ascaris. I have told you the other way. Fine, the same way. Clear? Select the total number of organisms from the following which contains well-developed muscular pharynx with complete alimentary canal. Complete alimentary canal. Out of these animals, Taenia, Fasciola. Fasciola has complete. Planaria is complete. Ascaris, no. Filarial worm, no. Hookworm. So out of these, fine. Ascaris, filarial worm, hookworm. Hookworm consists of 3 complete. So out of these 3 animals consist of complete alimentary canal, digestive system. Next question, option B is the right answer, 3. Next question, metamerism is found in true segmentation. We are moving on to Annelida now. Annelida, fine. Answer is Hirudinea. Which one? Leech. So it shows true segmentation. Option A, Ascaris. Option B, leech. Option C, Loligo. Option D, octopus. Answer is leech. Next question. Nephridia helps in excretion and osmoregulation. Correct. In where they ask. Nereis, correct. Pheretima, correct. Hirudinea, correct. Why? Because they all belong to what? They all belong to phylum Annelida. So in Annelida we come across Nephridia. I have told you Metanephridia and Nephridia. All these animals, Nereis, Pheretima, Hirudinea belongs to same phylum, that is Annelida. So all of these, answer D is the correct answer. 88th question. Closed circulatory system is present in Nereis, correct. Pheretima, correct. Ascaris, correct. D, no, Ascaris no, because Ascaris belongs to Ascalmathis. Nereis and Phiritima both belong to Annelida. These two animals show closed circulatory system. So option D is the answer. There is nothing but both A and B. Next question. Animals having cylindrical body having an organ system level of organization showing metamerism belongs to which phylum? Very simple. All characteristics: cylindrical body and system organ system level, and also showing metamerism. That is the phylum Annelida. Next, annelids may be aquatic, both marine and freshwater, correct. Terrestrial, correct. Free living, of course, correct. Some animals are parasite, that is exoparasite like leech. All three characteristics are correct. Option D is the correct answer. All of the above. Next is the neural system consists of paired ganglia connected by lateral nerve to double ventral nerve cord. You can understand. Double ventral nerve cord. In Annelida, I have told you nervous system is double ventral nerve cord. In arthropoda, I have told you solid double ventral nerve cord. So here the answer is Nereis, because Nereis belongs to phylum Annelida. Option A, fasciola, wrong. Encephalomata, B, option wrong. C option is Nereis, correct. T is Taenia, there is nothing but wrong. Taenia, tapeworm, that's not the correct answer. C, Nereis is correct answer. Next question. Which of the following are monoecious? Monoecious, fine, clear. Bisexual animals: Ascaris, Wuchereria, Acyclostomata, Nereis, Phiritima, Hirudinea. Ascaris, clear, and Wuchereria. Ascaris and Acyclostoma, 2. So option 2 is the correct answer. B2 is correct answer. The first true coelomates, true coelom, Annelida, Nereis. Clear. Acoelomates, Platyhelminthes, pseudocoelomates, Ascalmenthes, eucoelomates, Annelida. Answer Nereis, because Nereis belongs to Annelida. He says other options: centipede, crab, Wuchereria. Wrong options. Next question. The following features belong to which of the following phylum? They are triploblastic, they are bilateral symmetrical, eucoelomates having true coelom, metamerism. So 4 options, 4 characteristics they have given. There is nothing but triploblastic, bilateral symmetry, eucoelomates, metamerism. 4 characteristics. Phylum Mollusca, B. Ascalmenthes, C. Platyhelminthes, D. Annelida. Answer Annelida. Yeah. Next question. Which of the following is correct about parapodia? They are longitudinal muscles, wrong, which help in locomotion, that's a different thing. They are circular muscles, wrong. C option, it helps in swimming, correct. It is dorsal appendages of Nereis, wrong. The parapodia helps in swimming is the correct answer. Question number 95 we have completed. In the next session we follow the next questions, clear. Then today I will give you introduction to little bit of next chapter, that is nothing but 7th chapter, structural organization in animals. In this chapter we have to study about the name itself says structural organization, how animals are organized, how they are organized in animals, how the organ system, how the organs, how the tissues are organized. So in this chapter there are 2 types, like 2 parts. Like one is known as we have to study about tissues, that is nothing but the part of histology part. The second part is nothing but organ system level. 3 animals we have to study. One is earthworm, the other is cockroach. In fact, cockroach has been briefly we have to discuss because that is an under deleted portion, but I will discuss because neat questions will be asked. Then frog. In these 3 animals, earthworm, cockroach, frog, we have to discuss respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system, clear, excretory system, nervous system and reproductive system. 6 systems we have to discuss in each of the animal. So it's a big chapter. Well, before that, part A in this chapter we have to discuss about different types of tissues. That's nothing but histology. So today we will talk about little bit of introduction to tissues, clear. So structural organization in animals, that is nothing but how tissues are derived. You all very well know human body, animal body, and human body is made up of cells. It is estimated that human body is made up of more than 60,000 billion cells. So all these cells aggregate, fine, get associated with each other to form tissue. What is tissue? The dictionary meaning of tissue is texture. Texture means layer. The definition is nothing but the group of cells having similar structure, similar function, common structure, common function, and their origin should be same. Such a group of cells which shows, again I repeat the definition, the group of cells having common structure, function and origin. Such a group of cells is referred as tissue, clear. they should be common in, they should be same in structure. If all cells should be round, either if they are round, they should be round, or if they can be hexagonal or polygonal or square, whatever. But all cells in that tissue should have same shape. They should perform a given function at the same time. Clear? And also when they origin, that's nothing but from the germ cells, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, they should origin from the same layer. That's nothing but histogenesis, what we call. All cells should come from the same cell. If these 3 points are satisfied, such a group of cells is fit enough to be referred as tissue. So this tissue term was coined by Xavier Bichat, French surgeon. Clear? Xavier Bichat, he coined the term tissue. He gave the definition. Hence is also known as the father of histology. Why? What do you mean by histology? Histology refers to the study, the microscopic study of structure and function of tissue is known as histology. Histology is the study of tissue. What study? Microscopic study, where we study structure and functions. Clear? So this study is what is known as histology. The father of histology is Xavier Bichat, French surgeon. He coined the term tissue. He studied the tissues. He grouped the tissues. He gave the definition. But don't get confused. The term histology was given by German physiologist, fine, Paul Meyer. But the father of histology is Xavier Bichat. So we have different types of tissues. Clear? One is basically simple tissue, other is known as compound tissue. Fine. So what is tissue? Group of cells having similar structure, function and origin. So human body is made up of many different types of tissues. Clear? One is simple tissue, other is compound tissue. In simple tissue, clear, what do you mean by simple tissue? Here all the cells are lying on a basement membrane. The characteristics of simple tissue. They lie on a basement membrane. The cells have prominent, centrally located, centrally placed prominent nucleus with cytoplasm, and all these cells are compactly arranged. How they are arranged? Tightly, compactly, tightly, firmly arranged, attaching to each other. There is no gap, there is no place or space in between the cells. Hence we call them as, they lack intercellular spaces. There are no intercellular spaces between two cells. There is no gap, there is no space. Hence they are known as, there is no intercellular spaces. They lie on the basement membrane. The cells are of same shape. They have thick cytoplasm, centrally placed, having prominent nucleus. The cells are arranged so closely and compactly without intercellular spaces. They perform different types of functions. Clear? There are different types of simple tissue: squamous epithelial tissue, simple squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, and glandular. These tissues comes under simple epithelial tissue. The other tissue is known as compound epithelial tissue. We talk about that. Fine. The process of development. This point I was supposed to told you in the beginning, in between the mid, where I told you histology. After that I have one more definition: histogenesis. What do you mean by that? The process of germination of tissues from germ layers. Which are the germ layers? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. From these germ layers, this process is called histogenesis. This is the introduction part. We will continue in the next class tomorrow. Keep studying. God bless you. Good luck. Take care.